Hello, my lovely army! Can you believe it? It feels like destiny. But almost 3 whole months have flown by since all our BTS members returned to us. Our boys were working so hard in Los Angeles, pouring their souls into the new album for next spring. But now, they have safely returned to the warmth of Korea. I am practically shaking with excitement, thinking about the progress updates they will whisper to us on Weverse Live soon. But right now, I have something so special to share that will make your hearts flutter. Let's talk about our forever leader, the magnificent Namjoon, who came back to our arms on June 10th. He is gracing the cover of Harper's Bazaar Korea's September issue. And oh my god, the interview they just released? It is pure poetry. The interviewer sets the scene so beautifully, asking a question that bridges time and space. While writing from the sweltering heat of Seoul in early July, they imagined where Namjoon might be at that exact moment. They asked, "Where are you right now? And what kind of moments filled your day today?" And Namjoon? He was sitting on a terrace in Los Angeles, having just finished the concept for his very first song. He confessed that his legs were actually trembling. He had poured so much energy into his art that he was physically drained. It was 7 in the evening, with a gentle breeze and low humidity, a perfect moment of peace. He admitted that creating music after a year and a half was thrilling, but also incredibly challenging. I just want to hug him. Then the conversation turned to that breathtaking cover shoot with Bazaar. The interviewer noticed he looked a little shy at first, which I think makes him even cuter, don't you? Namjoon recalled how in the past he used to practice posing in the mirror alone, trying so hard to be photogenic. But now, he feels the weight of the camera lens much more deeply than before. He constantly wonders how much to relax or what kind of aura he should project to the world. Yet, because he loves the style of Bazaar so much, and thanks to the sweet Bottega Veneta staff and photographer Mok Jung-wook, he was able to find his peace. Being the face of a brand and gracing a magazine cover is a heavy crown to wear. But in true Namjoon fashion, once he did it, he felt so proud and full of joy. Then they brought up a touching memory from an interview with El País 2 years ago. Back then, he said that facing 30, he loved himself far more than he did in his 20s. He believed the military would transform him, hoping he would emerge as a wiser, better human being. So the question remains, does the Namjoon of today match the man he dreamed of becoming? Has he truly become that wiser, better version of himself? Namjoon's answer squeezed my heart. He feels like he has actually lost a great deal during this time, yet he cannot quite put his finger on exactly what has slipped away. Perhaps it was the wandering soul within him while creating his last album, Right Place, Wrong Person. He is not sure if he is wiser, but he definitely feels the weight of true adulthood settling in. Though he charmingly admits he isn't sure if growing up is actually a cool thing or not. When asked if he loves himself more now than he did 2 years ago, he gave such a raw answer. He swings between loving himself intensely and disliking himself over and over. That cycle, he says, is the one thing that remains unchanged. Musicians have this magical ability to turn feelings into sound, don't they? So what keyword is floating through our leader's beautiful mind right now? We ask this, hoping it might bloom into his next masterpiece. Namjoon said since he emptied so much out, he is ready to grasp new things with open arms. He wisely noted that if you clench your fists too tight, you cannot hold on to anything new. The phrase, "no man is an island," drifts through his thoughts lately. We cannot live alone, even if we sometimes wish we could be solitary islands. But then he laughed. He said lately he isn't even sure if he wants to be an island anymore. That brings us to the eternal struggle. The global icon RM versus the young man Kim Namjoon. How in the world does he find the balance between these two powerful sides of himself? When the interviewer asked this, our thoughtful Namjoon shared a precious gem of wisdom a friend once whispered to him. They said the one who pulls off an undercover mission until the very end is the coolest, most fascinating person of all. He agreed completely. Metaphorically speaking, it is like being a righteous police officer by day and a daring phantom thief by night. Isn't that just like a movie plot? Namjoon confessed that hearing those words brought him such a wave of comfort, because in his beautiful mind, he finds both sides of that coin incredibly interesting. He told us that he used to obsess over the word balance, trying to keep everything steady. But not anymore. Now our brave leader wants to test his duality. pushing both extremes to their absolute limits.
There is no priority list here, darlings. He is going to give 100% of his heart to both sides.
He believes that if he does that, the balance will naturally find its own rhythm. If he gets exhausted here, he will find healing over there. And the reverse is also true. Hearing him say that makes me feel so relieved for him. Moving on, the interviewer asked when RM, or just Kim Namjoon, feels the most alive. His answer? In public. The feeling is always consistent. It is when he is giving a speech, releasing a new album, or standing before us fans in a moment he is truly proud of. I am sure many ARMYs cried hearing that, right? It is because that is when he can truly feel the connection with us. But in his private life, it is when he is sharing a drink with close friends, stripping away the title of superstar to just be a raw, honest human being. I can just picture his dimples popping out as he relaxes. Or perhaps when he is in a secret place where no one recognizes him, doing what he loves. He mentioned travel is the closest thing to that freedom, but he confessed he cannot enjoy it for too long because he starts missing home immediately. Isn't that just the cutest thing you have ever heard? And then, when he returns to creating music, that rush of life comes flooding back. He really was born to be an artist, wasn't he? The interview continued with a deep thought. No one can draw the map of their life perfectly on their own. When asked what words or scenes broadened his horizons recently, I was so surprised and touched by his answer. Namjoon told us about going to see a classical performance by Maestro Chung. It was his first time seeing a proper classical concert since he was a tiny child. Watching people from a completely different world pouring their fiery passion into their instruments and seeing their unique way of devotion, he found it fascinating and was deeply, deeply moved. I love how he finds inspiration everywhere. After the show, the maestro asked him, "What is the difference between like and love?" It is hard to write it down here, but as expected of someone who works with their voice, the maestro explained that like is just, I like you. But love? That is love! He stretched the sound out with full vocal projection. Namjoon found that distinction so amusing and charming. And then our flirtatious leader turned it back on us. He said he became curious about what like versus love means to all of us. What do you think, ARMY? Then the interviewer pointed out something we all know. Namjoon is not just an artist, but a sincere lover of art. They asked, how does he stay in the art world for so long without wavering? Do you not get bored? Can you imagine getting bored of beauty? When asked this, Namjoon simply said, because it is the most fun. In the end, fun is the supreme ruler. He has always had such a strong curiosity about other people. That is why art, the ultimate expression of humanity, which comes right after the basic act of survival, is so incredibly interesting to him. I think his brain is just so sexy for thinking this way. He finds it enchanting that every person and every medium has a completely different texture. It is the exact same feeling that moved his heart at Maestro Chung's concert. Basically, the reason he stays in the art world comes down to three beautiful things: fun, a sense of mission, and love. I really look forward to seeing where this love takes him next. Next, they touched on a keyword that defines both BTS and him personally: ambition. But the interesting part is, it is not just about being a good musician. It sounds more like a wish to be a good person. But what does good person actually mean? Is it just being nice? When the interviewer asked for his definition of a good person, Namjoon said that the definition is different for everyone, and his own feelings change constantly. But then he dropped this truth bomb. I think a good person is someone who doubts themselves. Someone who keeps asking, am I really a good person? Am I a good adult? Oh, my heart aches hearing his sincerity. He admitted sometimes he wants to transcend it all and just live simply, following his impulses. But just like the ancient philosophers Zhuangzi and Laozi wrote thick books to explain the way, he believes that the doubt and ambition that make us up are the conditions for being good. And if you add a sprinkle of boyish innocence and purity to that, he says that is the most charming thing of all. He is literally describing himself, isn't he? Finally, referring back to pushing his two sides to the limit, the interviewer asked, what are the warp and weft threads that shape you? As the interviewer posed this poetic question, Namjoon, he speaks of an intense love for the world and its people, yet also the shadows that lie beneath. Love and its reverse. The thesis and the antithesis. I still remember the exact moment my heart fell for RM as an artist. It was back in 2016. Listening to his self-composed masterpiece Reflection.
I honestly think this movie of his is absolutely fascinating. I want to film this life well. I just want to be free.
That line, "I want to be free from freedom," hit me right in the chest. If you've ever wanted to direct your own life's movie perfectly, I'm sure you felt that impact too, right?
While listening to that track again, I kept asking myself a few questions. What genre is your life's movie? And what title would you give it? When the interviewer asked this, our Namjoon answered with such wit.
My life feels like a comedy, or perhaps a slightly eccentric documentary.
If he had to name it, he thinks that is exactly what it would be called. And if he could travel back to meet his younger self standing at Tuksum,
oh, this part made me tear up.
He would gently say, "Everything works out in the end. See, I told you it would.
I have come from the future, just to be your friend."
Then the interviewer asked the big question. Did you finally find that freedom from freedom? And Namjoon's answer was so profound. I think I will spend my whole life whispering that wish to myself.
But the climax of this movie has not even arrived yet. Not even the director or God himself knows the ending.
That was just a glimpse into his beautiful mind through that interview.
You can really feel how deeply he contemplates every little thing, can't you? I honestly can't take my eyes off Namjoon's future journey. Let's look forward to it together. Now, let's talk about our sunshine, Hobie, who wrapped up his world tour in June. You won't believe this. Yesterday, Hobie took home the Best Singer Award at the 52nd Korea Broadcasting Awards. This isn't just any award. It is given to artists who captivate the public's eyes and ears while spreading global musical influence. From 2017 to 2021, our boys won this prestigious title as BTS. But until now, it was always a group win. This marks his first historic solo victory. It is truly a monumental achievement. Hobie, my love, congratulations from the bottom of my heart. He even shared the sweet news on his Instagram story. Did you see it? He has been so active this year with the world tour and new releases. I know group activities are the main focus now, but I wonder when we will get to see his dazzling solo performance again. Our BTS members always surprise us in so many ways, so it is impossible to predict their next move. Now, let's turn our hearts to Jimin, who must be going through so much lately with all the recent noise. After the controversy sparked, he flew back from LA to Korea the very next day. To protect himself from the media storm, it is said he slipped out through a different exit. While the agency gave an official statement regarding the situation, we haven't really known how our Jiminy has been doing or where he has been hiding. But amidst all that worry, a little ray of light appeared. Junior artist Maki from Anteam mentioned Jimin on Weverse Live yesterday. He said, "I ran into Jimin Soombaenum in the elevator. I was all alone, but he told me he watches our performances closely. He told us to keep fighting and do our best." Can you believe it? That is what he shared with us. Maki, thank you so much for giving us this update. It seems Jimin was at the HYBE headquarters yesterday. Even while facing his own storms, he takes the time to send warm words to his juniors. Our Jimin is truly an angel, isn't he? Just like with Tomorrow by Together, these are his direct juniors, so I am sure they will interact more in the future. I can just picture him being the sweetest, most supportive Hyung to them. It might be hard for Jimin to step into the spotlight right now, but his birthday is coming up next month. I am absolutely certain he will turn on Weverse Live to greet us ARMYs then. Of course, if he could come visit us even once before that, I think I would cry tears of joy. When I think back, Jin was discharged on June 12th last year, followed by Hobie on October 17th. Then, this year on June 10th, Namjoon and Tae came back to us. The very next day, Jimin and Jungkook returned. And finally, on June 21st, Yoongi was discharged. At long last, our BTS is fully reunited and complete! Our beloved boy was staying in LA, pouring his soul into creating music for an album set to release next spring. But after finishing his busy schedule, he has finally returned safely to the warm embrace of Korea. I am just so relieved he is back home. It really makes me think, what amazing things are in store for their future group activities? And when will we get the details for the world tour we are all dreaming of? I am honestly so excited just imagining it. Today, I was absolutely delighted to share these precious updates about our BTS members with you all. I hope these stories warmed your hearts as much as they did mine. That is everything I have prepared for this time, my lovely friends. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me again. I really cherish our moments together. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, okay? / I can't wait to see you in the next video.